And nearly all branches of science were established by Bible-believing Christians. So, what the fuck is your point? Why did the Christian church make people take back some of their scientific discoveries? Why is that? And then why do Christians have to try to lie? Like Darwin, he said he didn't believe in evolution on his deathbed. Oh, really? Wow. One person supposedly said that? Yeah. You're not fooling me there, buddy. And the Bible and science go along just fine. But not with religion and ideologies. The Bible is the basis of a fucking religion. Sorry, you fail. And no, it doesn't. When you try to say evolution and the universe being billions of years old doesn't work because of your Bible, no, sorry, you've contradicted yourself by saying they go along hand in hand just fine. No, they don't. This one just pisses me off. Number 10, they say that creation scientists and Christian creationists are uneducated. Now, there's a big part after this, but I'm going to say, first off, creation scientists are not scientists. There's no theories to back you up. It is just the idea. You want to believe it. And I don't say that Christian creationists are necessarily stupid or uneducated. Well, they're uneducated. They try to make claims when they have no clue what they're talking about. Just like you say evolution isn't legitimate science when, well, yeah, it is. We've only studied it for 150 years, yet there has been nothing to go against it. But here's the next part of that. When the very exact visible appeal of current society showing a sign of cursing, cussing, swearing, gutter-mouthing, blasphemous, disrespectful, lying, mean, short-sighted, narrow-minded, simple-minded, credulous, careless, selfish, hypocritical, dishonest, occult-playing, ignorant, arrogant, insecure, vague, conscienceless, egotistical, speculating, simplistic, assertional, unscientific, ideological, disgusting, backstabbing, biased, liberal, religious, degenerate, depressed, sorrowful, violent, dangerous, suicidal, drunk, drug-taking, crime-infesting, baby-killing, sexually immoral, indoctrinated, manipulated, hallucinating, irrational, delusional, uneducated, untutored, unwise, unrighteous, unproductive, inconsistent, undetermined people, which shows absolutely no sign of an educated generation whatsoever. Well, first off, what are you talking about? The generation. Atheists are still a pretty damn small minority in this country. We're the biggest, but we're a minority still. Christians still, that's the number one religion in the world. So what are you saying? That it's Christians who are doing this, or it's us? It's not our generation. It never has been. But I find some of your fucking words, well, first off, you're being completely fucking judgmental, which I thought you weren't supposed to do that. Judge not lest ye be judged. But let me pick out a couple examples here. Liberal. Oh yeah, because if you're an atheist, you're automatically a liberal. Even though Penn Jillette, very conservative. He's very libertarian. Atheist. A guy who I don't like here on YouTube, How the World Works. He's an atheist, to the best of my knowledge. He hasn't said he's a Christian. Maybe I'm wrong on that. I hope I'm not. If I am, someone correct me. A guy who I actually do like, Physical Conservative. He's a conservative. Yeah, he's an atheist. And, yeah, so your point is kind of dead there, asshole. And religious, I'm not religious. I don't follow any religion. Depressed, sorrowful, well, it is, I've read a lot of studies that say people who are more intelligent generally like to listen to, more depressing music. And to me, the more depressing stuff makes me think a little bit more. Violent, dangerous, okay, well, the majority of people in prisons are religious. Why aren't atheists a bigger group in prisons? We're like 1% of the fucking population of prisons. Drug taking, I don't do drugs. I drink, but I used to smoke. Baby killing, really, because I'm against abortion on a personal level. I'm pro-choice, because I'll never have to make that choice, but my wife, another atheist, she's against abortion. Now, again, she's pro-choice, but yeah, we don't agree with abortion on personal levels. Sexually immoral, really? Oh yeah, because Catholic priests fucking little boys. Oh, but let me guess, they're not true Christians, huh? For fuck's sake. Number 11, their non-stop, continuous, practical game of comparing apples and oranges. Example, they like to say, people are never shown the earth is young as much as they're not shown the earth is flat. Come on, there is evidence for a young earth, but no evidence for a flat earth. There is no evidence for a young earth. There isn't. I'm sorry, but when you guys try to say there is, there's not. You guys have continuously failed on that. Number 15. Atheists stress that Jesus didn't exist, when he, simply put, is the very person that divided our timeline dates into BC and AD, then going down and now going up. There's no other way around to explain how that happened. Well, first off, I didn't say Jesus didn't exist. There's nothing to confirm he existed. He could have, I just don't think he was the Son of God. In fact, a lot of religious people say, yeah, we think he existed, but we think he was a prophet, not the Son of God. And I don't know if you worded this weird, and this is not what you mean, but Jesus was not the one who said, okay, here's how we're going to divide the years up. That was not him. That was someone going off of that. But that really doesn't mean shit, because a point against that is, well, they named planets and shit after various gods, right? So who gives a shit? This is part of one of his points. They say Expelled, which is a documentary meticulously put together by those who willingly wanted to get everything right, is boring and lying, when in reality Inherit the Wind is a boring and lying Hollywood fantasy film that got nearly nothing right about the Scopes trial. Well, first off, Expelled, yeah, if you do a little bit of research into that, you'll see that these people who are supposedly fired for believing in creationism, first off, they were teaching that, and they try to claim they're not. Oh no, I just brought it up. I just brought it up. No, they were teaching it. The woman teacher in there, she had complaints against her because the students she's teaching creationism. And she was. Oh, and that whole thing, Hollywood fantasy film. Yeah, documentaries and films are a little different. Documentaries are supposed to bring forth facts. Films, like movies, generally, they make some things up, or they take some liberties with certain things, and that's to make it more dramatic. That's to make it more interesting as a story. Do you really think that the Doors movie about the band The Doors is completely accurate? No. Jesus fucking Christ. They like to say that the interview between Ben Stein and Richard Dawkins is stupid and not a debate, when in reality the Anderson Cooper one was stupid and not a debate. Well, I'm sorry, but yeah, that movie was that boring. I didn't even see the Anderson Cooper part. And the whole thing about Richard Dawkins, when they say he was stumped by a scientific question at one time, no, he wasn't. And if you did some research on the Richard Dawkins thing, which if I remember, I'll put a link to in the description bar, Richard Dawkins was not told this was going to be about intelligent design. He was just talking about science, and he was trying to give intelligent design a fair shake by saying the only thing he could possibly concede, which maybe there are some aliens, I don't believe there's an all-powerful God. They like to say George Carlin, for example, was a wise, smart, intelligent person, when in reality Carlin was only a simple-minded, brainwashed, assertion-filled, drugged-up lout. No offense. Oh, of course. And basically, Kent Hovind is the one who really reaches the standard adjectives of smart, wise, and intelligent. Well, first off, George Carlin was wise, smart, and intelligent. He really was. He thought a lot. He had very, very, very smart comedy. And, yeah, he was a comedian. So yeah, sometimes he would just make shit up, or, pick on something when he didn't necessarily need to, but yes, he was very smart. He was very wise. And Kent Hovind, really, he's smart, wise, and intelligent? Then why the fuck is he a convicted felon? And no, he knows nothing about science. Supposedly he taught it for 15 fucking years, but he has not even the slightest clue about a lot of the shit he talks about. Atheists say they're for free speech, when in reality, we're the ones who are trying to fight for free speech. One word, expelled, and free speech was a right to say right things. It is simply inconsistent for denialist atheists to use that phrase in their stance, but it does go for us. Our free speech is being attacked and harassed. First off, no, you're not for free speech, because when you want something that's not even science to be taught in science classes just because that's how they feel, sorry, no. You can say that outside the classroom. In fact, why are you creationists so adamant about teaching this in public schools? You are more than free to send your kid to a religious school, or just fucking homeschool them, and then you can drill that bullshit into their heads as much as you want. It's not science. I'm sorry. There is nothing to back you up, like I said earlier. There's no theories to back it up. It is just speculation, and you guys wanting to deny science. And that's not taking away your fucking freedom of speech. You can't just teach, oh, well, there's unicorns. They're magical. You can't teach that. You know why? It's not fucking true. You can say it. You can believe it. Doesn't necessarily mean that, you're right. And yes, I am for free speech, asshole. That's why I would go to my grave defending someone's free speech, even yours. Last thing. They like to think God doesn't exist, when in reality so much evidence has been gathered in favor of an all-powerful, all-loving creator who's always been there, and they are without excuse. Well, first off, if you had so much evidence, what would be the point in having faith? If there's evidence for it, you don't need faith to believe in electricity, do you? No. You know why? You can see it. You can observe it. You can watch it working. So, no, there hasn't been so much evidence to support the the existence of an all-powerful, all-loving creator. Yeah, all-loving, except for if you say you don't believe in him. Then you're going to hell. I don't like you. You can't eat lunch with me anymore, bitch. Well, yeah, that's all-loving. You better believe in me, or else I'm gonna fucking send you to hell. You're gonna be tortured, and you're gonna burn forever. But I love you. But you're gonna burn forever if you don't fucking believe. But I love you. I really want to be around you. But you're gonna fucking suffer if you don't fucking do what I tell you, god damn it. But I love you. I'll bring up one last point, because I heard this from a fucking Christian. This is fairly recently. It's a guy I work with. He tried to tell me that God is love, and his proof is Jesus. And he said self-sacrifice is the ultimate form of love. To which I said, no, it's not. Unconditional love is. No, self-sacrifice is. I'm like, okay, so if you, this guy isn't gay, but I'm like, if you were gay, what would you rather do? Your parents kill themselves for you, or to love you unconditionally? To say, we accept you, you are our child. We may not agree, but we love you, and we're not going to badmouth you. If that's how you are, that's how you are. What's a fucking better form of love? But dude, before you start making these assertions, even though you say we make assertions, you better fucking know what you're talking about, because obviously you don't, and that's a shortened list. But goddamn, you know, I'm sorry, but when you're sending this shit to people, and you have no clue what you're talking about, you're kind of asking for it. Anyhow, this is Bad 5, and I'll see you guys next video.